Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the Medicare Space live show here in San Antonio. My name is Victoria Cabrera. And who do we have the pleasure of sitting with today? Who do we have on our left?
Good morning, San Antonio. Sylvia Toscano here. Hope everyone's doing well.
Fantastico.
Fantastic. And we have next to me the lovely
Good morning, Adriana Rodriguez.
Adriana Rodriguez.
It depends on who I'm talking to.
I
I'll say
know.
Rodriguez or I'll say Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
And when she's like, I hear her talking out there in Spanish. I'm like, well, okay. Even though I don't quite understand, because yes, I don't understand. I don't speak Spanish. I don't speak Espanol. I still kind of understand what she's saying,
What's
but I
she
always
saying?
know when she's trying to be extra smooth. She's like, I see.
Como no? So does your mom speak Spanish?
Yeah, my mom and dad
Okay.
speak Spanish. It's just that we didn't get taught Spanish. Mom, if
Right.
you're listening, I mean, it's not their fault. I mean,
Yeah.
gosh, they were trying to like teach us English for God's sake.
No, it gets hard. It gets harder like as you have more kids because my sister knows really good Spanish. I know and my
Yeah.
little sister doesn't know nothing.
You see,
Oh, if the little sister's watching,
But it's
then...
true though. She's like, oh yeah, I don't know.
She doesn't
So wait,
wanna
you know
learn.
Spanish?
Uh-huh.
Claudia knows Spanish?
And my
And your
little
little sister
sister's
does
like,
not.
yeah,
Okay.
because my mom, talked to her in Spanish and it was just her in the house.
Mhm.
And then my sister went to school and my mom didn't want to put her in bilingual classes. She's
Oh.
like, no, you're going to go to school. You're going to learn English.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So she's like, I'll teach you Spanish. Well,
Ah.
and then I came along and then she just talked English to me. Still Spanish, but
Yeah. I always knew when my parents were fighting because they'd speak in Spanish. It's true though. Hey, Mom, if you're watching, I mean, it is true. And I'm like, great, they're fighting again.
Maybe
you know?
that's what I
It's
should
so
start doing with
funny.
Lorenzo. But then he
Yes.
doesn't understand either. So he'd be like, what are you saying?
He's like, yeah,
Just
yeah.
cuss about in Spanish, you want
Yeah. He's like, let's fight in Spanish all the time.
He's gonna be. Oh, that sounds so romantic,
right? Like in the soap operas and the Spanish soap operas when
Uh-huh.
they're arguing. It can be
Yeah,
so much
as
more
dramatic.
intense.
Yes,
Yeah.
a lot of drama.
How are you guys doing today? For those of you listening in, thank you so much for joining. I know that it's Friday, it's 10 a.m. Nobody wants to be watching TV, right? Well, I mean, we're technically not TV.
TV, yes.
We will be on TV soon, right?
One day.
One day we're going to be on TV, and this whole set is going to look entirely different next year. So we are very, very excited about that. So stay tuned for that. I always do things without thinking before. So
That's okay.
if you don't mind taking over, Sylvia, I'm going to grab my coffee right there.
So, how's your week this been?
It's been good. I mean, I wasn't here last Friday because I had a lot of appointments, which was great. I was able to help a lot of people,
Good,
which is what I love to do. So I told Victoria I'm going to have to miss the show because I got a lot of people to help.
That's good. That's good.
And so we've been able to help a lot, honestly, a lot of people that could benefit.
You've
from
been
Mhm.
busy.
Yep.
We are for
Yes,
sure
yes.
a lot. And that's what I think I get more excited than they do. And I'm like, oh, you're going to get
Because you're a
this
newbie.
much more. And
Wait.
you're going to save this much. And so like for me, it's,
Yeah, it's
being
something
able to
new.
help them.
Wait till
For
you're
sure.
wait till you're 5 years in.
Yes, you're gonna be like, oh my God, it's like a year again. I hate it.
Well, I
I
was
can't
already
do it.
I was already nervous because this is my first year.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, honestly, and I was going to talk about this. I think I know really what it is having the support of you all, right?
Mhm, mhm.
So I will say this, working here, I don't think I've ever worked in a company where women truly support one another
Oh, I
and
like that.
really cheer one another and are not like, here's the Spanish word, envidiosas,
Yes.
or jealous, right?
And
Like of
You're
people.
right.
Little
That happens a lot
telenovelas.
with
Uh-huh.
women.
Yeah. And so for me, I was thinking about it last week and into this week, how fortunate I am because
Mhm.
in other companies, it's like they're your friend, but they're not your friend. They're
Right.
like, I want your job or you can't have my job. And it's like, no, like here, I feel, and because we had a lot more people in the office this week, it was busy, right?
Uh-huh.
Ronnie was in the office, you were in the office. We had another one of the agents in the office, a lot of people coming in this week and just really cheering each other on. Like we're not in competition.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're supporting one another. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to say like, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Good,
And
good.
I like that's one of my big things is like if you know me, Sylvia, like I hate I hate such a strong word, but like I'm
Dislike?
very
Strongly dislike.
I strongly
dislike.
I strongly disagree with people being negative. Well, you've seen the sign on the door. What does it
Mhm.
say?
keep your negativity outside the door. Leave it outside.
We need to put a trash can so people can really
Like leave it at the
leave
door,
it
like
at the door, you know.
Don't throw my tacos away, Sylvia.
No tacos.
And the cool thing is we don't see like man, woman, young, old. Like we don't see that here. It's just like, hey, you work hard, you get rewarded.
Right.
That's it. And I love the fact that we do cheer each other on, because I was thinking about the other day, because I moved one of the desks there. Where most of the time people would be like, the staff would be like, oh, great, here comes the manager sitting in front of us. And Josh and Desiree, I think they like it. I don't know. Maybe they're like, crap, we just got to pretend we like it.
I do. I get to yell at you like you're not so far away.
I know,
in your office.
You're closer to
She
me, so I
can't
can
close the
look
door
over
on me.
Yeah.
there. Damn it.
Like
I'm in a
this.
meeting. I'm in a meeting. No, I'm just kidding. No, but we do have guys here too. I should say that. But I would say
And he's the one that vacuums. And he's the one that cleans. See, we are an equal opportunity.
Yeah, we are
Yes.
equal opportunity employer.
Yes.
We believe
That's
everybody
right.
pulls their weight around here.
but I will say that is amazing, and I really do. It's hard to find that.
Yeah.
And for people to really genuinely be happy for you when you help somebody and when you make a win, and they're like, good job and good luck and way to go. And it's genuine, because you can tell when it's fake. And
Yeah.
it's genuine. It's always
Like,
been genuine.
when I get a cell agent, it's like, good job. That was supposed to be mine.
I told her yesterday, I was
am
like, we're
so
sharing.
happy.
We're sharing wins, right? She's like, yes, but it didn't feel the same. Obviously, like, right? I feel like she's like, it's yours, you can have it, and I'm just like,
Well, here's the thing. What
I didn't
love-
work for it.
Here's the thing. Like when we're cheering each other on, when we get a win, that means our customers are winning.
Exactly.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
anytime we're winning, like that means we actually help somebody,
Mhm.
whether it was saving them money on getting them extra assistance, or getting them the dental they needed, or maybe saving them money on their Medicare supplement. So like when we're cheering, like when we post on Facebook, guys, like just to give you an inside scoop, when we're posting on Facebook, like our people like working hard and ringing the little bell and like cheering each other on, that means like we've just helped somebody. So
Mhm.
like you guys can cheer us on too, because you're like, oh wow, that means Victoria and them just solve somebody's problem or actually help somebody.
Yes.
And so that's why I think like it works well, because we're
Right.
actually in an industry where we're helping people.
Mhm.
Whereas before, when we've all been in industries
Mhm.
where you really didn't feel like an impact, like you were helping people.
Right.
Like, have you guys been in industries where you were like, didn't feel like you were actually impacting people?
Correct.
Yeah. So it doesn't
Right.
matter like where you're at in the position, whether you're vacuuming the office or like
Yeah.
calling on people that were inquiring, or dealing with service, customer
Issues.
care, or helping them with the initial enrollment. It all goes down to really helping the person at hand, because without our customer, we really are not a business. I mean, as much as I would love to like be a nonprofit organization where we could do this for free all day, unfortunately we can't, right?
Right.
So we get paid to help people enroll into insurance. That's what we do. So everything else on top of that is just like, we love to do it. Good morning, Sylvia Juarez. Good morning. I can't see the other Facebook user, but good morning. They said, good morning, ladies. So thank you guys so much for joining in. We always enjoy our people that are constantly following us, that are constantly supporting us, that are always sharing the show. Like we always see our returning audience, right? And then we always get some new users, which is pretty cool. And I know that it's very hard to make it every Friday. We don't
Yeah.
expect you to be here every Friday. Good morning, Claudia. She's like, I can't be listening without them giving me a shout out. Shoot, I listen every
Here
day.
I am. And even if they were not here the whole hour, at least they show up and tell us that we're here.
Yep.
You
They
know,
go
that's
on
a
there
good
and watch
thing.
it when you post it to YouTube too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They what?
They'll go on there and watch it after you post it on YouTube. They'll
Yes,
watch
yes.
If it's not live, they'll go on there and watch
Yes.
it.
Yes,
exactly.
That's
So-
why I love because yes, we do it live because we want to get your interaction. Like right now, I love interacting. Like Sylvia's posting, Claudia's posting. I think it's either Isabel or Maria Inés that's posting on the other side. I know that we can see like Carmenza's liking it. There's people that are always watching the show. So we love that, because if you guys have questions, we can navigate those questions right now over the phone, at least if it's within reason, right? There's some stuff that we can't talk about over online. But the cool thing is like Adriana said, they're being recorded, so you can go watch these, and they're never erased. They're always on our YouTube channel. Now, the cool thing is our set is going to change next year. I know I mentioned this early on, but there's more people here. Our whole set is going to change next year. It could be in January or March. Just depends on our workload and how many vacations we take after annual enrollment.
I was in the car driving this morning thinking, Maine. I want to go to Maine. I've always wanted to go to.
Yes.
So I'm literally at the light. I'm thinking, I wonder how much a flight would be. And I'm like looking for my phone before the light turns green, trying to see how much a flight would be.
How much
It's
is it?
we just
It
talked
wasn't
about
that much. I think it was like $250.
because
That
you could
sounds
go
like
whale
fun.
watching there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Didn't you want to
Yes, my dream is
touch?
yes,
a
yes,
whale?
that is my dream.
I was about to say ride. I don't think you can ride a whale.
Yeah, I don't think I could ride a whale.
Well,
I think
people ride dolphins. So
do
yes.
they ride dolphins?
Yes, they
Yes.
ride dolphins.
In Cancun, they were doing that. And I was like,
I don't
no,
think
I'm not
I
gonna-
don't think a dolphin would like
No.
me on them. They'd be like,
She'd
oh.
be like, oh,
Seriously?
you can lose some
Hey,
weight.
They're like, I've seen. Okay, check this out. One time we were in Jamaica, right? And my friend suggested, and again, I was a lot thinner back then, but back then I thought I was heavy, right? So we were in Jamaica, and she suggested that we get on horses. And we take this ride on the beach with horses on the Jamaican beach. And I was like, oh, that sounds great.
like you see on television,
like you
on
see
the
on TV,
commercials.
right?
Yeah.
really
With their hair flowing in the air.
horrible. Okay. So we start off like at these, like this field of like dirt, and like, they're like, oh, that's where they do this and that's where they do that. And I'm like, okay, it's hot over here, guys. When do we get to the water, you know? And then that we finally get to the beach, and they're like, okay, we're going to take you in the ocean with the horses. And I'm like, what? Like in the beach? Like you're going to walk? So poor horses. We're on the horses, right? And the horses are literally like, here's the water. And they're like this.
Oh my
And
God.
they're like, oh.
Oh my
And I'm
goodness.
like, oh my God, I feel so bad. And the horse is like breathing really, really, like the horse is like, I feel like it's struggling to breathe.
Yeah.
And I feel bad. I'm like, I want to get off the horse.
Oh my
Like that's
God,
probably
poor
like
horses.
I know. And so I'm like, okay, that was not the like slow motion
ideal-
video like that you see
Your
on
hair
TV.
against the wind.
No, my hair was like this, like
You
with
were
my
comfy.
humidity and like everything going on.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know how we got to horses and riding horses. We were
'Cause
going to
we were
ride
talking
whales.
about
We're going to
riding
Maine.
whales.
We were riding whale. Okay, we're going to go to Maine.
We're
That
gonna-
was,
I've always wanted to go to the lighthouses. They're
man, me
all
and
over the
Carmenza were
place.
just talking about that, like
Oh
the
my
lighthouse.
God, yeah.
So we were watching on Netflix. I don't know if you guys watch Netflix. There's a show where there's like three young not kids, but young people. And they do like a low budget option, a luxury option, and like middle of the road option. And they go to different areas, like out of the country and within.
Is it with the guy, the real estate guy?
Yes. And there was one at the lighthouse. There was a lighthouse one where you could stay at a lighthouse. It's one of the only ones in the US where they have like an actual rental where you could stay at a lighthouse.
Oh, wow.
And it's on the water. And I can't remember where it's at. I think it was, I don't know where it's at. I'll be honest. I don't know if it was Alaska or something, but
So is it a show or is it like a reality that they're going out?
No, it's
No,
a
it's a
show.
show. It's a show.
Okay.
They're telling people like, hey, you should visit these places.
You mean like, is it one
okay.
of those dating shows where they go and they,
Yes,
yeah,
where-
no.
Oh,
No. Like
Okay.
Love is
There's none
Blind or
of that
Yes.
business going on there.
Well, my daughter's on her way to Alaska. She should be there by now.
Oh, nice.
So they
That's
went to
awesome.
Seattle Wednesday. They left for 2 days, and then they're going to Anchorage for 4 days.
Mm,
So she should be there because they left at 7 this morning.
awesome.
Well, I
So-
can't wait to get with her about that because I've always wanted to go
Yes,
to Alaska.
and then
We're gonna ask her if she wrote it. Well, I don't know if there's whales there. Is there whales in
Yes,
Alaska? Yeah,
yes.
there's whales.
So she'll be there for 4 days, and then she's going to Fairbanks. They're going to go look at the lights, the aurora light. So she's always wanted to do that. So
That's so awesome. Where do you guys are you watching? Where do you want to travel to? Let's put it in the comments below. I think we did this before, but what's a goal for you in next year, 2022? Where do you want to go? Hey, sometimes it's just getting out of Texas because I remember.
yes.
I was going to say my goal is to make it to Walmart after work to get all the stuff I need to get for tonight.
You see, that's a
But you
trip
said
in
next year.
itself.
Yeah, next year.
My daughter
Adriana.
wants to go to Japan because the flights are really cheap right now to Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's expensive. Those
Yeah.
are normally really expensive.
They're really
yeah.
expensive. She wants to see the sun coming up because that's the best place to see.
Oh,
it,
really?
supposedly. Yes,
Interesting.
in Japan.
See what you're going to
So-
learn on this show? You're not only going to learn about
Yes.
insurance, you're not going to learn about Medicare. You're going to learn about worldwide travel.
Right. And right now the flight and the
Mhm.
hotel are cheaper than if you just took the flight.
I want to go
So-
to Machu Picchu, Peru.
Ooh, I've heard that's
Peru
beautiful.
is cool.
Machu Picchu. I just like the way it's
Joe,
designed.
good
Machu
morning,
Picchu.
Joe. He says he wants to take the family to Colorado. God, Colorado
Ah,
is
it's
so
beautiful.
Yes,
beautiful.
my sister
I
went.
love
She loved it.
Colorado.
They went.
I love
If
Colorado.
you go to Colorado, I don't know what part you're going to go to, but I would recommend where do we stay? Denver, like that Denver area. Red Rock Amphitheater is in there.
Mhm.
We saw a concert there. Oh my God. When we saw Brandy
Wow.
Carlisle, like this was like probably 10 years ago. And I'm talking like the acoustic there is amazing. One of my friends says that I think she saw Pearl Jam there.
Oh wow.
That would have been so Red Rock Amphitheater in Colorado is one of the best. And obviously like all the mountains and stuff like that. But yeah, that's a beautiful.
And of course, like breweries there, just in case.
And yeah, the microbreweries, if you guys get a little babysitter. yeah.
You know?
Hey, the Coors Light is there. Is
It
it
is.
Blue Moon's there too, right? Coors Light, Blue
yes,
Moon,
yes. We went to the Coors Light.
Rocky Mountain National Park,
They
Red
have.
Rock
Do
and
they?
stuff,
I
yeah.
wonder if they have the Clydesdale horses there.
I
The
don't
Clydesdale
know.
horses are they call them the Budweiser horses, but they're
Right.
called Clydesdale horses.
Well,
the ones
we-
with all the fur on them.
Yes, we do.
Do they have Budweiser on their back?
Why would they be
Hey,
there?
I'll ride that horse.
because they're that's
Is
a
it cold?
yeah. I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh, we're
Maybe
gonna have to
the-
Google that.
Maybe we should do a Medicare Space live travel, like kind of like those
Ah.
people, like where we go and like.
Yes.
We'll start with Walmart.
Well, hey, there's Walmart
Out of my
everywhere.
car.
That's a
Out of my
trip.
car.
Out of your
And we're
car.
gonna go we're gonna go interview seniors in different states.
Oh, that
There we
would
go.
be fun.
to
that would
see
be
kind of
fine.
like what their because everybody is different, like everybody's situation is different. So like people that I meet in like other cities in Texas are like different than people that I meet in San Antonio.
Right.
So I'm curious if people like in Colorado or New York or California or Michigan, how different they are from the people
You're
here.
taking it
Exactly.
worldwide. You could do
There
like
we
a
go.
quarterly trip.
Machu
Do a
Picchu.
brunch
Machu Picchu.
situation.
We're gonna be talking to a senior that's 180 years old over there. It's like,
Oh my
wow,
God.
what's the secret?
When are you gonna get your Medicare?
Oh, man, that would be fun.
As you can see, guys, we talk about a little bit of insurance and a lot of everything else. We talk a lot about
nonsense.
everything, but we want to answer your questions. So that's why we do these live shows, is to really try to answer your questions, but to have fun with you. Obviously, we love to interact with you. We want to start your Saturday. Wait, no,
Friday.
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 What's in the juice over here? We want to help you start your Friday off, get it off to a good start. I don't know. Fridays are my favorite day now. Like I feel like because I know we have the live show,
Mhm.
and so like I really look forward to Fridays. What do y'all think?
I like Fridays.
See, I don't like hate my job anymore. So like every day is a good day.
Oh,
Every day's a
Friday.
You see, that's a good thing.
That's great.
I
you know?
used to be like, oh my God, can it be Friday already? Please,
Can't-
I
yeah.
gotta get out of here. Just to go home and work some more from home. But no, yeah, I really don't. Like I enjoy my job every day. I mean, I should probably say that I do look forward to Fridays because that's when my husband's off. But
Aw, that's so
he's gonna be like,
cute.
really? You know what? But yes, no, I don't. I really don't. Like, it's
Yeah.
not.
But Fridays have an extra special.
Yes,
like,
I know,
day.
yes.
I love my
yes,
Fridays. Not because of Fridays, because in the insurance business you work 7 days a week,
Yeah.
especially this time of the year.
especially
But
you
because
working
of
every
this,
day.
we come in, we have fun, we eat tacos, we joke around.
We-
We get to see everybody and talk to
Yes,
people,
yes.
and so yeah, I love my Fridays.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. And tomorrow we're going to be working because it is annual enrollment. So we are, taking time. Sylvia tried to bail on you guys today. I'm just going to say.
I needed to work.
For
I
next week.
have had so many reschedules this week, and so I feel like a little back
Yeah.
in the game. I need to get ahead of the game.
Yeah.
I don't like cancellations and reschedules and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
That's the
I'm
world
gonna
we
go
live in is
in, I
cancellations and
know.
rescheduling.
So I'm like, I have to go in there and I have to get on the phone and call my clients and everything. So
But I
I
think they
love this,
appreciate your
but-
flexibility, honestly.
yes,
I think they honestly will remember that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we don't like when they cancel, especially when we're driving. Because
No, yeah.
Oh yes.
Hey, but I remember for those of you seniors that think that, oh, let me just cancel.
Mhm.
Yeah, no big deal. No, sometimes we're driving like an hour away.
Oh, yes.
So don't call us 20 minutes before and cancel unless it's an emergency.
See, I don't
Yeah.
live in that world. I'm so
You
spoiled.
see, you are. You're
Victoria's
spoiled.
I'm like, don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I know. And
The-
every
the-
time, like the days. This week, I went to 2 appointments, one on each side of San Antonio, and one of them was out of town, and the other one just forgot. And I'm at the door knocking, and I drove literally from Wetmore, Thousand Oaks to Rixby and 410.
Oh yeah, that's far.
In
And-
layman's terms, that's 45 minutes.
Yes. And I was thinking of Adrienne. I'm thinking,
That little.
next year, I'm not going to be doing this. I'm doing it in the office. But I like that interaction.
No, I know.
I really do.
No, I
Well,
But there's, I guess it happens. It doesn't matter what job you're at or what you do. There's always people that something happens. I had an
Yeah.
appointment yesterday, and her son had a heart attack.
Oh no.
So I called her because I was supposed to meet her, and I could hear the hospital, in the background and stuff. And he had a heart attack yesterday.
Mm.
So I mean, there's emergencies.
Yeah, those
It
are
happens.
emergencies,
I
yeah.
mean, we have emergencies. There's
Mhm.
times we can't make it,
Mhm.
to appointment or to work because we're sick or our kids got sick. So
yeah.
everybody has them, and we just have to understand that and be patient and not dwell on it. Just move on and something else.
Yeah, I had a boss that when if she's listening or if Kelly's listening, she'll know who we're talking about. But because she's our friend on here. But when I used to work for corporate, I was in my 20s, early 20s, right? And I'd be out all night, and I'd be like trying to call in. And one time I tried to call in, I'm like, oh, my car broke down, and so I'm not going to be able to make it into work today. And she's like, oh, okay, that's okay. I'll go pick you up. And I'm like, let me see if I could make something happen.
I have a cough.
So never
I can't
use
do
your car's broken excuse, because you might get your boss saying, I'll go pick you up. So you better come up with something
Be
reasonable.
creative.
Yes.
Be creative.
Be
Yeah.
creative. I remember years ago I was working the restaurants out there anymore in Barcelona, and they were having a big car event downtown, and one of the other, I think it was a bartender, called in sick. He had a cold, whatever, and we're at the bar, and we're watching the television, the news, and they're interviewing him on television, and he's like, yes, I didn't go to work today, and
Oh
I'm here
my
with my friend."
gosh.
And our boss Chris, well, both of the owners were Chris and Chris, and they're looking at the television, they're like, oh my god, oh
What
my
a
god.
dummy.
And so he came back to work, and they let him go. But it was, if you're gonna lie about going to work, don't come out on
Well,
television.
how about this for a change? Don't lie. Okay,
Don't lie.
Yeah.
There you go. But
Here's-
if you are,
Here's the thing with lying, okay? Because we've all done it at some point, whether it's intentionally
Little
or
white lies.
little white lies. There you go.
Yes.
Well, have you seen Little Big Lies?
No, is it
no,
good?
what is that?
Wait, is it Little Big Lies?
It's Little
What's that
Lies.
show on HBO or Little Big Lies?
Oh, is it the one with all the actresses?
With Nicole Kidman.
I haven't. I heard it's really good
It's
though.
really good.
Is it? Okay.
I've seen a couple of episodes.
Moral of the story is, even the littlest lie can turn into the biggest thing, and then you have to keep up. So don't lie.
It's like a
Yes.
snowball effect.
Yeah, just
Exactly.
don't
Keep
lie.
lying and
Exactly.
lying and lying.
I don't like to lie because I always get caught because I always forget my lies.
Because you're a horrible liar.
I'm a horrible liar. So I try not to. Here's the word. I try not to lie because I always get caught.
I have
So,
my conscience is like
yes.
will eat at me, so like I can't. I have like a I can't. I'll tell myself I could never.
Yes, that's what I do. I always end up.
Let us know
know.
when a little white lie backfired on you guys. And a little white lie is like, oh,
It's not
Oh,
gonna
I-
hurt anybody.
like when you don't want to go out
Yes.
with your friends and you say, oh, I can't because something came up. That's a little white lie.
Mhm.
You're just being
Yes.
lazy. You don't want to go out. Just say that. Now that I'm older, like, because when I was in my 20s, I'd probably make up a story like, oh, I can't go because of this.
Mhm.
Now I'm just like, nah.
I don't want to do it.
Like, hey, ask me if I want to go somewhere, Sylvia.
do you want to go somewhere tonight?
Ah.
That's what I do now. Like, I'm like, nah, I want to be lazy
so when
today.
you do that, I'll know you're lying.
Yeah.
When you do that,
But I don't think
'cause I'm
she's ever done
telling-
that to you.
because I'm telling you, nah, like, I don't want to go.
okay.
That's like a nah.
But if you just didn't want to go with me, would that nah be a different nah?
No, I just said I don't want to go. I want to lay on my couch.
Or like people
Okay.
who use their kids as
Is that the excuse?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
I use the dogs.
don't
I,
do that.
can't go because I have to take care of Will.
Oh, that's what you say to me, Sylvia. Dude, no. I gotta go take the dogs out.
I have
That's
to
what she
go take
says.
The dogs out. I do. My babies.
Yeah. Well, we do have to take the dogs out.
Yes.
And we have to give them a little attention. But then we always like, okay, let's meet. So so we're gonna go have some wine tonight.
Okay.
So anyway.
I wasn't invited, but I'm tagging along.
Yeah.
I heard her saying earlier she was gonna have wine. I'm like, huh.
You know, we've been
Is there
good. We
invitation
deserve just
coming?
we gotta be at the office tomorrow. So we're not gonna have
Yes.
too much wine, just a little glass or two with some cheese.
Mm.
Some aged Gouda.
Mm.
Gouda.
What's your favorite? What do you guys? If you're not drinkers, what is your favorite pastime? What do you like to do on the weekends?
I
You go to the
know.
library.
There's
do you-
something else other than
Do you
drinking.
like to
What would
craft?
they do?
I know.
Knit.
Huh?
Do you like to knit?
Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Knit?
it's knit.
Do you like to draw? Do you like to go with your friends bowling? Do you like to golf? What do you like to do?
We
Let
should
us
go
know.
bowling one weekend.
We were
All
supposed
of us.
Yeah, we should. Yeah. Well,
I've
we were
never
supposed to
bowled.
go
I don't
tomorrow.
bowl.
I didn't know there was a bowling place down the street.
Yeah, Oak Hills is right
Yeah.
here.
I didn't know that.
And they just
Ooh.
redid it. They remodeled it. It's really nice. I went to a kid's birthday party a while back, just when they had just finished it. It's
Uh-huh.
really pretty.
That's well, look, we want to answer your Medicare questions or insurance questions. We just talk a lot about ourselves a lot of the time. But let us know what questions you have. Some of the things I do want to point out, I know we've been chit-chatting a lot and we're already 30 minutes in, but one thing I do want to point out is that from the agents and also from clients, we've been getting a lot of people saying, man, I'm getting a lot of telemarketers right now. I'm getting a lot of phone calls right now. And if you are a client and you are getting a lot of phone calls or text messages, some of them do look a little misleading.
Mhm.
Like Medicare is never going to call you to say you need to change your plan. Okay. So if somebody's saying that they're with Medicare, they're not with Medicare.
That's
okay.
a big lie.
Yeah.
That's not a white lie.
That's not a
That's
white
not
lie.
why. Yeah, that's a big one.
That's a big lie.
So when you're getting these calls, it's always good to have a trusted source. Or you know what? If you are gonna work with these individuals, because we do help people over the phone, but we're
Yes.
not a call center, if that makes
No,
sense. So
we're
like
not.
we're just like we help people, and we also have our field team to go to your house. But that being said, that we are getting a lot of clients, and we're also getting a lot of agents that are running into clients that are having these issues too. Have you run into these issues where your clients are coming up to you with telemarketers and things like that?
Yes, I was at the senior center yesterday. One of my clients got there. She had 5 or 6 of the little postcards that they're
Mhm.
sending her on, get back $148 and help with prescriptions and blah, 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 and this and that. She's like, what I do? What I do with all this stuff?
Girl,
Do I have
give
to
those to
call
me."
them? And I'm like, give it to me. But I'm helping her apply. I'm helping them. It's a couple apply for Medicaid.
Okay.
And because they are low income. So I've been doing the application. And so I was telling them, they're like, well, should I call? Do I need to call? I go, no. What they're advertising is what I'm helping you.
Mhm.
So no, you don't need to call. And everybody's been calling me, telling me they're calling me. They want me to call them. And I had one particular one Tuesday when I was at the HEB because she gave somebody her Medicare number.
Oh,
They called her, and I can't remember the details she told me, but she gave them the number, and then she said she panicked, and then she called Medicare, and she said she was on the phone for an hour with them because you know how long it takes, and then she called Social Security. She's like, I didn't know who to call to tell them I think I've been scammed, or did they move my insurance? And so I tell everybody, don't give anybody your Medicare number if they're just calling you and you're not sure. If you're going to sign with an insurance and you've gone through the whole 9 yards with your doctors and medicine, and you do want to sign up over the phone, that's great. But make sure, just don't, Medicare is never going to call you.
Now,
and that's what they told her. It was Medicare.
One good rule of thumb is that anybody that is enrolling you into a Medicare plan, whether it be an Advantage plan, a prescription drug plan, or a Medicare supplement, every one of those people other than I don't believe Medicare, but every one of those people has to be licensed through the state that they enroll you in. So like if you live in Colorado or Texas or California, that particular agent enrolling you in that plan, there has to be licensed and appointed in that state. So a good rule of thumb is to maybe ask an agent, if you're not sure if they're an agent, right? Ask them, what is your license number, or what is your state license number? And we could text it to you. We can tell you it over the phone. If they say, oh, I don't have that, then that's a really great indicator. And most likely, if you do ask and it is a telemarketer, they're probably just going to hang up on you.
Another thing. So when we talk to people over the phone, we also get their authorization, which is called a scope of appointment, and to make sure that they're agreeing to
go over that
go over the plan. And so the same thing, if they're calling you, they're going to have to get that authorization before they can even talk to you about the plan.
The only time that you won't do that is if you're shopping a Medicare supplement.
Right.
So if you have like a Plan F or a Plan G or a Plan N or one of those plan letters, you don't need that. But if you are enrolling into like a PPO or an HMO through one of the big carriers, or if they say it is a Medicare Advantage plan, Sylvia is right. Now, another key thing, if they do say, for quality assurance purposes, this call may be recorded, or, if they say that, then you're probably already being recorded. So chances are, if they're not saying that kind of verbiage, it's probably not. So long story short, if you want to have somebody help you and be assigned to help you, where you can text or call or email directly, you don't have to call into an 800 number, or we have an 800 number, but you're getting somebody like one of us, right? Make sure that you can even look them up. So like say, hey, what's your name? Okay, you're an agent. Great. What's your YouTube channel? What's your Facebook channel? What's your Instagram? So a lot of you that are watching are either on Facebook, you're either on YouTube, you're on Twitter, you're on LinkedIn, you're on one of these platforms where you're watching us. So if you're working with an agent, if they don't have one of these platforms, you might want to like rethink working with them. Not to say that every agent should have social media, but you have to have a presence somewhere. And so like Sylvia has a presence online, Adriana's online, we're online, the Medicare Space is online. So we're pretty much, you can say, okay, those are real people. If they don't give you the license number, if they can't tell you where to find them, if they don't have a website, if there's little indicators that you can find that if they don't have not at least one of those things, then it's probably something that, you probably don't want to do. But most of you guys that are listening in, you guys are pretty savvy. Yes, it gets overwhelming because you're like, man, Victoria, I'm getting a lot of mail. Another good indicator to know if it's advertising, if you'll read through the whole thing, somewhere on there, it's going to say this is advertising purposes only.
Right. They all say that.
They have to.
But it's so tiny. I have my glasses now. I'm up to 250 and I still can't see very well. And so, you get these forms, these papers, these flyers, and, a lot of them look like if it's coming from Medicare, they look authentic.
Yeah.
But but the good thing about, like Victoria was saying, if you want to have somebody to go to, like a lot of, I was getting a lot of phone calls last week and this week from my clients asking me, like, do I need to do anything? Do I need it? And I'm like, no, you're good. If you're happy with your plan, nothing changed. You're good where you're at. Then no, they're like, okay, I just wanted to call you and ask you that.
And that's good.
And so I said, if somebody calls you or asks you anything, you just give them my number and they can call me. Right. So that's another good thing. Like you're going to lose some clients, that'll go with somebody else, and that's fine. I think the important thing is that there's more people out there that you can help and make it, let them know like, hey, just so you know, I am your agent. If somebody calls you, let them know you're already working with somebody. If they insist, give them my number. They can reach me. More than likely they're not. So, just kind of trying. There's a lot of people that need help.
Yeah. Yep. And you have resources. That's why we have the show, is like this is just an added resource for you. If you have somebody you're working with, that's awesome. That's great. Stick with them and make sure that, if you're being handled well, awesome. That's great.
And we do that here. If we ask them, do you have an agent? And if they have an agent, it's like, great, call your agent and go over the plan with you. We're not going to try to take anybody from another agent. We always ask them, are you working with somebody?
Yes, that is one thing we do here. Like I even hear like Desiree and Josh even asking that, like, are you working with somebody already? And I hear them saying, okay, well, maybe your agent should be helping you with that.
Right.
And so we do that a lot. Now, when the agent's falling short or they're not doing their best for the client, sorry, agent, we are going to help that client. So you need to
Right.
stay on. And it's just like we get a lot of people like, well, my customers. And I said, well, how many times have you followed up with them? How many times have you mailed them? How many times? And we're not perfect. Okay. Like at one time we were not where we're at right now with all the resources that we can give to our clients. At one point, I was just starting out in my, with 2 or 3 clients, and I didn't even have money for business cards. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so there is a point where we can only do so much, but a phone call or a text, everybody can do. Everybody has a phone. So when the agents out there, if you're an agent out there and you're complaining about losing clients or, oh, the call centers or, oh, this, that is not their fault.
Right.
The fault is that we really have to take accountability. And that goes in anything that you do. If you're not taking responsibility and accountability, we can't help the things that we can't control.
Right.
Yeah, it sucks because sometimes we did all the hard work and then somebody comes behind
It's
you.
a relationship. Like
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
a relationship just like with anything, like you're saying.
Mhm.
I mean, and there's a lot of times when, we had appointments and I'll reach out to them and they'll be like, oh, I already took care of it. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, awesome, great. And I'm happy for them. They got it taken care of and somebody was able to help them. And then we move on to the next person that I can help.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I can't dwell on it and be like, oh,
Exactly.
and be so upset about it because again, there's so many people who need our help who don't have those resources or who nobody's calling them or they don't know about certain things. So
Mhm.
I think that's so important is keeping a mindset that there is more than enough
Mhm.
for us to
There's
help.
enough to go around.
Yeah.
I just sent a text message to the people in my group. What I say, 8,000 people just in San Antonio alone are turning 65 in the next 6 months.
Is that crazy?
8,000 people. And that's going to keep going up. So talk about people out there that needing help. And there are people, because we run into them every day, like, man, I forgot to do this. And then I'm facing a penalty. And so we're going to help you and figure out a solution. Good morning, Priscilla. Good morning, Josie.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So pretty much, I know we're always beating the same drum, but it's because it's relevant. And for those people out there that, especially the agents that listen, because we don't just have Medicare beneficiaries listening in, we do have agents that listen in. And the thing is like, you can only control so much.
Right.
And at some point, stop making excuses.
Right.
That's-
And just they have to let it go. If
Mhm.
I've gone to people's houses to meet with them, and we've gone over the insurance before, and I go and I'm gonna get ready to sign them, and come to find out that they went to a clinic or a grocery store the day before and they were signed, and so instead of just getting upset and dwelling, I wish them well, then you go on,
Mhm.
and that's in the past. And
Yeah.
it's that minute you leave the house, it's basically a new day and new opportunities.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
never dwell on what happened yesterday or that appointment that I lost, because it's going to happen in any job, when you're a sales agent or a
Mhm.
salesperson like we are. You're going to lose. My brother's an electrician. He puts bids out,
Mhm.
on jobs, and sometimes he gets them and sometimes he doesn't. And that's everywhere.
It
Restaurant
should,
people,
it's
they go in,
competitive.
they don't go.
Yeah, it's competitive, but it's
So-
also we should be cheering one another on. Like
Mhm.
we're all
Right.
in the same boat, and we should be helping people,
Mhm,
And so I had a lady the other day, and I was she got on the phone. She's like, I've already had this call. I've talked to so many people, and I was trying to explain it to her as best as I could. I was like, it's kind of like when you go. I said, I'm also an agent. I work with all the companies, right? Kind of doing the same. Yeah, they told me that too, and 2 other. I said, so the way that it works is it's like when you're going to go buy a car.
Mhm.
You go, there's a lot of dealerships, and it just depends where you want to go buy your car.
Mhm.
Where do you feel comfortable that they're going to give you good customer service? They're going to address any problems or issues.
Mhm.
I was like, it's the same thing. There's a lot of agents. It just depends on who you want to work with.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
really what it comes down to.
I always get so upset when you have friends on Facebook, and then or when you buy a house or you do something and you're like, you get a message, why didn't you call me? Like, I do this. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know. So when I talk to agents out there, they're like, oh, my mom didn't call me to get insurance from me. Or my mom, or my sister went to my friend instead of me, and they bought a house through me. And I'm like, okay, first of all, learn how to market yourself.
to
Right?
your family first.
Yeah. And just because they're family And just because you do something, you shouldn't feel your family shouldn't be obligated to work with you because maybe you're not good at what you do.
I'll be
Right.
handing out cards to my niece tonight at my house. She's only, 3 or 4. She'll be 65 one day. I'm like, here, don't
Yes.
forget about me.
And it's true because I've heard agents complain that their mother turned 65 or somebody in their family and they didn't go to them. And they're
Mhm.
like, I can't believe my mom, one particular agent about 2 years ago was complaining because his mom, and I'm thinking, did your mom know you sell insurance? Have you told her that? Or it's like, something's
Yeah.
wrong here. It's like, that's.
I will say my parents were the best when they found out what I did. They were really excited. They were
That's-
calling me. My dad was like, I need you to call me. My mom was like, call me. So I was,
That's
they were
good.
really, really
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
About that.
But I just like, if you're in a field of like business, or like if you own a coffee store, or if you do photography, or if you do real estate, or you're in insurance, or I don't know, you're an electrician, you're a plumber, you build pools, whatever that might be. Okay. Don't expect people to come to you because you do it.
Right.
You got to be you got to be good at what you do.
Mhm.
You got to tell people what you do.
Exactly.
You got to provide value first.
Mhm.
People just like, well, here's what I do. I sell real estate or I do insurance. Come to me. And then they get pissed off when people don't buy from them.
You're selling you're selling an experience.
Yes.
So what is your experience? What's going to make it different? I used to run a gym that was so run down to the ground when I took it over. And there was a newer gym down the street. I remember I used to tell my employees, I said, look, if we have the best customer service here
Mhm.
and we're nice and we're friendly every time they come in, yes, the equipment sucks, but they're going to come here because of the customer service.
Exactly.
And I like, I swear, hand to God, that the people would come to my gym because of that. They're like,
Yeah.
we don't want to go over there because the customer service sucks. And I'm like, and I would tell them, I'm like, do you hear that? So we're doing an experience. Yes, the equipment's not the best, but they come here for the experience.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'll be honest, we're not perfect because we get a lot of phone calls. Stuff falls through the cracks.
Uh-huh.
To say that we can be 100,000% perfect and have 5 stars all the time. Yes, every business thrives for that. Like, I'll be honest, the other day I had a customer, this was during my wedding day or like time period. And so like, I was like, okay, I'll leave it to the team. Well, this one person called my cell phone. And so like, of course, it's just crazy at this time. So I did drop the ball. I dropped the ball and I didn't and it was nothing major. It was just something that I said, okay, I'll get it to you. And I just didn't get it to them. And I dropped the ball. So of course it kind of escalated. And I just took ownership. I said, hey, you know what? I'm sorry. I messed up, but this wasn't intentional. And guess what? Now we're cool. We're good now.
Yeah.
It was a little upsetting, but I had to take versus before I would make excuses like, oh, this and that and that.
Right.
And I just text her like, hey, like, sorry about that. It fell through the cracks and I apologize for that. But this was not intentional. This
Right.
is something, we try to help with.
I think if they give us so my favorite thing used to be when somebody would come to me and complain, it was like, thank you for allowing or giving me the opportunity to make this right for you.
Right.
So
like
I think that if you're right, we're not perfect. We mess up all the time. Like, we get busy. Friday was like crazy busy. This week's been busier. So for us, if, allow us that opportunity to make it right.
And our mess ups are not big. Like, it's not like,
No.
oh, we mess you didn't get a bill paid. It's like,
No.
oh, we didn't send you the little link for the doctors,
Or
or we
something,
didn't,
right.
or oh, we didn't call you back right away. Like,
Yeah.
it's little stuff like that. It's nothing crazy,
Mhm.
but you do happen. And for those of you listening that are in business or that do help people, take accountability.
Right.
Tell people the truth, right? Don't make excuses. Just say, hey, I messed up. What can I do to
Right.
fix it? And if the client says, no, I never want to talk to you again, you're the worst person in the world, thank them for their time and move on,
Mhm.
because that
Right.
person just doesn't want the help. But if they say, hey, you know what? I messed up too. I should not win, as far as like complaining.
People appreciate honesty.
Yeah.
And I
Yes,
think
you
we're
have
always
to be,
afraid to
always.
be honest because we're afraid of what's going to happen. But I
Mhm.
think you just being like, you know what? I forgot. I'm so very sorry.
Yeah.
Thank
Uh-huh.
you for allowing me this opportunity to make it right for you. We're going to get this taken care of right now. Like
Mhm.
those kinds of things, because again, like you're right. We're not perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
And we
And-
just have to be honest with them and tell them the truth.
and
you
then
know?
them also be honest with us as well, like people canceling on you and
Yeah.
and making excuses. And it's like, look, you just call me like when you're ready for me to drive to your house, like right now.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's for
you know
this
what?
week.
And let me tell you, clients out there that are listening, the people that are Medicare beneficiaries, own up to it too,
Yeah.
because a lot of times, and we see it a lot, where agents are like, can you believe these call centers and doing all this bad stuff? Well, let me tell you, call centers can do bad stuff because they're under more scrutiny than we are as independent agents, small. But sometimes when you as a client will lie to your agent because you're scared of them, I've heard that before,
I
where
have heard
people are
it
like, I
too.
don't want to call her, I'm scared of her. Why are you scared of your agent, first of all? So when you don't want to tell them the truth, what happens, here's the trickle down effect. You call me, let's just say you tell me, Victoria, I didn't know what I was doing. I honestly, I don't know what I was doing. Like they just signed me up and they didn't tell me what was going on. Oh, really? Well, of course I don't do this, but let's pretend I'm another agent that's not Victoria. I go into the Facebook groups and I complain, or I go to CMS, or I call Medicare, and this agent, there was an agent that did this to my client. And then look, guess what? They research it. Well, no, ma'am. We heard the voice recording and she agreed to enroll in the plan.
Right.
So why put your agent through that? And if you're an agent that is that, stop that crap right now.
Yeah.
Sorry for using that language, but stop,
I've had
because that doesn't fix anything. Like, get
situation-
over it.
You're wasting all this time when you could be helping somebody else.
Mhm.
I had a situation like that, and we called the insurance because she was so adamant. She didn't do it. She didn't do it, and we called the insurance, and they said, "No, ma'am, you signed it.
Yeah.
Somebody went to your house. There's an agent's name on it, and it's your name, and it's dated." And my client was like, "Well, but she didn't know what to say, but they lie, you know." I hate to say that. It's like, all right. Well,
Not to
let's
say,
just move
not to
on.
say that not all people are bad, okay?
Right.
But we're just saying accountability is a
Yes.
big thing for me. And whether you're the client or whether you're the agent, okay? That doesn't, everything in your life you need to take responsibility for, right?
Doesn't
Like-
matter what it is.
Like if I'm late, it was my fault. It was not my car breaking down's fault. It's not because of my flat tire. You know what? Guess what? This is the type of person I am. If I needed to get to an appointment, I had a flat tire, I put my car, let it be flat because it's flat. I get in an Uber and I get to my appointment and I'll deal with it after. Right? If I commit to something, I'm gonna be there. Yeah, I'm a little work too late, but I didn't have a commitment. Now, if
Right.
Adriana said, "Hey, I need you here at 8:15 because a client," then I'll be like, okay, I'm going to get there and I'm going to do whatever it takes. But if it's just because I got to be at the office, I'm going to be a little late if I want to. But every Friday we're here.
right.
That's a commitment that we've made. Unless we can't be here, then we will let y'all guys know.
Mhm.
But don't be the type of person not to take accountability and responsibility for your actions. It doesn't matter who you are outside of the industry, because then you start teaching yourself that it's okay not to
Right.
take responsibility. Oh, it's not my fault. It was, XYZ, this happened, or, oh, I can't do this because of this, or, oh, I can't do that. Like, as soon as you start taking responsibility for every single little thing,
Right.
I know that's going to sound weird. It's going to sound really weird because you're like, well, heck, Victoria, you're saying that my car, I had a flat tire and that's my fault. How was that my fault? It's not your fault, but you take responsibility for it and figure out a solution.
Mhm.
There's always an alternative route.
Right.
There's always an alternative situation to make something happen. So, and we're not perfect. Like, trust me, I'm not perfect. But if you start taking these things, if you start implementing that stuff early on, or right now, it's never too late, then your life is going to be a lot less stressful.
Right. And then
Like a
once
lot
you
less
start
stressful.
making excuses, it's easier to continue those excuses
Mhm.
down the line.
Yes.
You
And
know?
you're always putting stuff off.
Right.
Mhm.
And you are.
Yeah. So sorry to get serious and preaching on you guys, but this show is one to make you laugh, to educate you, but also to bring value in a way that maybe you're not getting it in your life somehow. Like, not everybody.
We're holding you accountable.
We're holding you accountable. Because let's be
We're
honest,
like Santa Claus. We're going to know when you're lying,
let's-
when you're good or bad.
we're gonna check that list.
We're going to check that list.
Great. See,
Oh, that's
Priscilla says
funny.
great advice. I agree. You take accountability, your life is so much easier.
Right.
And sometimes it might feel weird, like, oh man, this sucks. Like, yeah, it was my fault. Like,
yeah.
and not that it's your fault, but the thing is that we cannot control everything, and have you ever noticed, let me ask you guys, for those of you that are still hanging in there strong, because we're only got about 10 more minutes, but let me ask you, have you ever noticed, and I'm asking you guys too, have you ever noticed when something bad happens in your life and you tend to dwell on it, then something else happens,
Mhm.
and then another thing happens, and then another, and then you're just like, what the heck? I can't catch a break. And then you stay in this like, crap's always happening to me. Have you ever wondered why?
Because you're in that victim mentality.
Yes.
Yeah, like sometimes when stuff happens, I'm like, okay, well,
I
like,
tell my,
you
this is
move
what I
on.
tell my kids, especially the older one, because she's a teenager. I'm like, look, you're only allowed to feel sorry for yourself 15 minutes. After that, you got to move on.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, seriously, and like you said, we're not perfect. I'm not saying you should be this hard butt person either. Like, but for me, it's okay to cry. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to feel sorry for yourself, but don't let it take over your whole day. I'm like, you
Yeah.
have 15 minutes and then we got to move
I
on
like
with the
that.
rest
I
of our
like
day.
that. I
I
like
like
that.
That's it.
You're gonna have to put that on our group text when people start complaining.
Because
That's
you're going to
15
be
minutes.
upset.
That's
and then,
true.
I
and
like it.
It's not. And then I remember I had a boss too that said you're only allowed to complain about something or tell 3 people. She's like, after that, it's gossip.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
So it's like if you're gonna keep because now you want people to feel sorry for you,
Yes.
and now you're
Mm.
just it's just complaining.
Yeah.
I never looked at it that way, like why we vent so much.
Mhm.
And maybe it is because we want that sympathy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When people feel sorry.
And
for
then you
us,
run into that person that's like, "What are you talking about?" And you're like,
That's not.
But
the way it
I-
happened, right.
I tell the right people. Like I'll tell Sylvia. She'll be like,
I'm the right
So
person.
it stops there because I only have to tell one person. She's like, all right, let's go get something. Let's leave. Let's leave.
"Let's go buy something."
Let's go buy something.
We don't dwell on anything.
No,
Yeah.
and that's why I love our office and our team, because I think everybody around us, like I can't say this enough, that our team, we're very like-minded individuals. We're all different. We all have our little
Right.
things, our quirks, but we're all like-minded. Have you noticed that? Like we all have like almost like the same mentality. And I like that. But I think it's just that attraction that happens. And going back to once you do start taking accountability and responsibility for everything that happens in your life, you start attracting better people, because a lot of you guys, at some point in our life, maybe we didn't have those good people, a good support system
Right.
within our friends, within our family. We always have those people that are always like the ones that feed into it. Yeah.
They're like, "Gimme, gimme, gimme, gimme," but they don't
Yeah.
give.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Instigators.
the
They want to
instigators,
know
mhm.
something's bad so they can, add more.
Feel better
fuel
about
to
their
the
life.
fire.
Yes. So if you have too many, it's good to have, you always have that one or two friends that are like that. But if you have,
But
you
if the
keep
whole
things
group is
interesting.
like that.
yeah, keep things. But if you have your whole circle like that, that's not good.
You need a new circle.
Yeah.
You're gonna,
Maybe you need a square.
yeah.
I like that.
Hey, that was good.
Yeah,
that was good. That was
There you
great.
go.
That was good. That was
Thank you.
good.
Thank you, ladies and
I-
gentlemen.
I hope that you guys
She
are
only does one
finding.
show.
See, again, we talk a little bit of insurance and a lot of everything else. I hope you guys are finding the show valuable in some way, and maybe this message hit home with somebody
Yes.
that was feeling sorry for themselves today. Let's just tell
15
them
minutes. You got 15
you got
minutes.
15
done.
minutes. This show is going to
To
end in
get up.
5. So after the show,
You got
Take-
10 more minutes.
take 11:15, because right now we don't want you to feel sorry for yourself right
Yes.
now. Take it to 11:15. Do whatever you got to do, and then get out of it.
Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
And here's another thing, because we posted our little, not commercial, but it was like our little video. Yes, it was funny, and yes, but it's true. We like to have fun. And I did say something in there. We always like to be in the right state of mind, because when we're in the right state of mind, we can help our clients a little bit better.
Right.
Yes.
When I'm not in a right state of mind and I'm feeling like, ugh, or, or
She looks like, in The Simpsons when he's like falling down.
pow, boom, boom, pow. When you're not in the right state of mind, would you agree, and shake your head if you agree, would you agree that you can't help anybody like you're no help if you're not in the
You're
right
no
state
good
of
to
mind?
anybody.
So don't be trying to help people when you're feeling sorry for yourself. Okay.
Mhm.
Because that's not going to be your best version of yourself. And then you're probably going to give bad advice,
Mhm.
or you're probably going to bring them into your little situation. So
Yeah. To your
um,
circle, not your square.
Nuh-uh.
I like that. Adriana's been dropping some
I'm
gold
funny
today.
this morning.
You
I
are
saved
funny.
They're from last week. I'm saving up for this week.
She's like, I wasn't on last Friday, so I'm gonna bring the goods.
I'm
this
making
week.
up for it this week.
You were saving them.
I was there right here.
Right.
If you haven't already, hit the like button. If you feel that Adriana did extra great today, giving us those extra squared 15 minutes.
a square.
Yeah, I
What
like
was
that.
that?
So the 2 takeaways that you can do is if you have a circle of
Yes.
people that are negative, find you a square.
Yeah.
Right.
People think that if they have a lot of friends, it's like, oh, I have so much friends. I have like literally 2 friends. And I used to be like embarrassed of saying that. And now I'm like, no, I have like 2 best friends that we've been through so much together. And I'm not ashamed of
She's
it.
gonna be like
Yeah.
hashtag 2 friend max.
Okay,
That's
well,
my square,
technically,
that's it. I don't want
technically I
any more.
have 3. Lorenzo's my friend too sometimes.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so cute.
but yeah, like I think the smaller the better.
Yeah.
my
really
my
is.
sisters say that. So like a couple of my sisters say, yeah, like because I do have a lot of friends, but luckily I have good friends.
Yes.
But they're like, that's a lot of work. 'Cause sometimes
Stages- you have stages of friends.
yeah, but I've maintained a lot of my friends. Like
Yes.
if you see all my main friends, we have been friends for, I would say, since either high school or since I've probably like over 10 years.
Yeah.
So most of my friend circle is over 10 years. And that's because we just, I understand friendship is work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can't just judge a book by its cover in the beginning, because then you lose out on something great.
Yes.
But there are some people that are like, nah, that's too much work. And I
Yeah.
agree, it is work.
I
So-
kind of is a little bit.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to let them go if it's too much work and just,
yeah. Well, guys, we're coming up to the 2-minute hour. Is there anything else that you want to leave our audience aside from I don't know if this was good or bad,
what?
like what we told them today, accountability.
No, I think it was good. Sometimes people need to hear the truth.
The truth and nothing but the truth. And no
I
little
think-
lies.
Yeah.
No.
No.
So
I think
don't
we had a
okay,
good
so
show.
let's recap.
Okay.
It was nothing about
Don't
insurance.
lie.
What are we
don't
Don't
lie.
lie.
Be accountable.
Be accountable.
You can feel sorry for yourself, but only for 15 minutes.
15 minutes and that's it.
That's it.
And then if you have a circle of negative friends,
Get a square.
Get a square.
find a square.
Yes.
I like
There we
that.
go.
Yeah.
I like that. You should put that on a shirt.
On
We're
the
going to
shirt.
put that on a shirt. We're going to wear it around the
Yes.
office.
Hey, circle, hey, square in the front, circle in the back.
And then when people are like, what does that mean? I'm like, I don't know. Watch the show. I'm not telling you
It
until you
aired
watch the
on
show.
October what's the date? The 22nd.
October 22nd.
Yeah. Okay, what's that
That's not my
show?
problem that you don't know what it means. Watch the show.
Watch
I'll
the
send it to you.
show on
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for being on the show. Like L7?
Was that seven?
L7 loser? What is that? L7? Wait, L7? Oh, L7! Yes. Well, that's a rectangle.
No,
Wait.
7.
L?
It's because your fingers are long. Maybe
No,
they're
wait.
long.
How is a 7?
7 is like this.
L.
Right?
Yes. L.
then
Wait,
L.
L is this? Oh
It's
my
a square?
God.
Is
it's
that-
a square.
It's a square.
Yeah, it's a square.
That's a
My
that's a
finger-
diamond, but okay.
My
L-
fingers are kind of weird.
Oh, I thought you were like L7 loser,
Like-
but L7 is square.
L7 square, huh? Okay.
Oh, thank you, Priscilla. Thank you. That was hilarious. Well, thank you so much for joining the show. If you found some value in it, if you laughed, if you were like, oh crap, Victoria and the team is like telling me how it is. If you feel like you learned something, share the show. Let people know we're here every Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I know that for those of you that y'all were sticking with us, I appreciate it. I see you sticking with us. I see you.
I see you.
I see you.
That was a scary. I see you.
So our number is right here, 866-717-8683. Again, 866-717-8683. If you have questions, give us a call. Lorenzo said this is the best show this side of heaven.
Oh my God. What a cornball. I'm just kidding. That was cute.
That was so cute.
You said he's your friend.
Oh,
He's my
nice.
friend when I'm nice to him. But yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
We appreciate you guys every day joining us. Sharing the show means a lot to us. It helps the channel grow. We have big things for the show coming up. This whole set's going to change here. I think you guys are going to really like it. We're going to have more guests on the show that we're getting lined up. You're still going to see our three pretty faces. What else do you want to see? Who do you want to see? Who do you have to be on the show? Right? Maybe
Do
you have
you wanna
somebody
be on the show.
Do you want to be on the
Yes.
show?
What do you
Yeah.
have to offer us?
Yes.
Do you have some value to
Are you going to bring us
offer?
coffee and donuts?
And
And
tacos?
As long as you come, yeah.
you can't come empty-handed
Don't
to the show.
don't
Got to
come-
bring something.
Don't come empty-handed, and be sure to go watch our little, if you haven't already, go to our YouTube channel, the little commercial that we created. We posted it the other day. Go watch it. We have such great actors in our
best shot is Josh's face and Victoria on the balcony chilling like
I
a
love
boss.
that. With a
Best two
cigar.
shots in the whole thing.
No,
It was
my
awesome.
favorite part was like well, obviously Isabel did great.
She
I
does.
love that.
She her face too. She was like,
She did great.
She had the best face.
Yeah, she did
she's
great.
natural.
Like,
She's
what the heck?
She definitely is an actress. She should seek being actress, on Side Hustle.
Yes.
Sylvia, my favorite part was Sylvia's like, Desiree, don't say anything. Yes. Everything was my favorite part.
Everything was great.
Yeah.
Everything was really, really, everybody did so good. We have team players here. We're going to do a lot more of that next year. The Medicare space is evolving into something really cool. Not just here as a team, not just helping you as the client, but just cool. Like our content that we're going to be putting out soon, the way we're going to structure our live shows. We're trying to make it a little bit more fun and different. And I hope you guys stick around with us because you guys are what make the show keep going.
Yes,
if we had
thank
zero
you.
listeners every single day, we probably wouldn't do
Yes.
the show, right? But what I was always told, that was the money shot Carmenza said. The little Sylvia, Desiree, don't say anything. So I forgot what I was saying because of course I get distracted.
we're gonna do a lot more of this content.
We're gonna do a lot more of this content. We're gonna change the studio of the
Yes.
show.
Yes.
And I forgot what else.
We're gonna go on a worldwide tour.
We're gonna go on a
We're
worldwide
doing
tour.
things.
We're gonna interview seniors in every state.
We're going to
That's
interview
right.
seniors in every state. We got some big things going on. Well, aside from doing insurance, we like to have fun. And so like the
Yes.
reason why we do content like this is because we don't want to be like the same as everybody. We like to be different. And we're going to be our most authentic selves. What you see here
Just
is what you get.
Yes.
Like my family that watches, it's like we're sitting at the kitchen table,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Other than I have my little radio voice on.
Ooh, the loud voice.
The loud
This
radio
voice.
voice. Tune in every Friday at 10 a.m.
Yes.
Central Standard Time. And I am because I always wanted to be a meteorologist. So somehow I'm getting that vibe.
We got to implement like a
Ah.
green screen.
the
in
green
here.
screen with
Yes.
the weather. So
And then you can tell the weather before we start.
And today in San Antonio,
oh, Sylvia, that was good. I got chills. That was good. That
You
was
can
good.
be her commentator.
yes.
Hey, Sylvia's gonna be throwing water on me.
It's
I'm like,
raining
Sylvia,
today.
that is not water. That's
The
champagne.
little flakes for snow.
We'll be in the background doing all the special effects.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
But again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for hanging in there. Wow, look at all you guys, all you newbies coming in. And thank you guys for always supporting the Medicare space and everything that we do and everything that we're going to do. And I promise you, if you stick with us, you're going to be seeing some awesome things.
You're going to be
In the
asking for our
future.
autograph. And
We
then
are.
you're going to wish you had watched us and were friends with us.
Mm.
I
Okay.
knew them
And-
when they were just
Because
little.
by then we'll have bodyguards.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
And they'll be like,
And an
"Oh, back it up."
entourage.
Hey, it's going to be Josh.
Yeah, Josh.
Josh will be like, man, how did I
Big
get this
radio?
job?
On
Uh-huh.
his shoulder, like an entourage.
Boom. All right, guys, we're really going to go this time.
For
Thank you
sure.
so much, San Antonio, Texas, anywhere you're listening from. Have an awesome, awesome weekend. Be safe, be careful, and we love you guys, and we hope